And all of us have to come to grips with the reality of the impermanence of our lives. And the Buddha talked about impermanence as one of the three essential markers of our existence that we need to come to terms with. Impermanence exists in the grand sense that as soon as you're born, you begin the process of dying. And being that it's the end of the year, it's December 30th, tomorrow is New Year's Eve. If you look at the course of a year, it feels to me it's both a combination of something that zips by so quickly, and yet so much happens in the course of a year. And in some sense, how slowly time actually does move. That every day is full of so much experience, so many moments that we live. And one of the problems that arises in our lives is if we're frantically trying to avoid those bad thoughts or really tune into ourselves, what actually ends up happening is we miss our lives. We're not there. We're not present. So we human beings our surgical ability in dealing with our lives is not very good. So if we try to cut out what we don't like, the problem is with the knife, we're also cutting out everything else along with it. So we end up with a shell of a life. We end up living, running away from what's actually going on. And I think for me, personally, the meaning of impermanence comes out in the actual experiencing of the moment as it's happening now. That the antidote to impermanence is not to push things away, but it's actually to completely engage and be with what is in the moment. And that can feel counterintuitive when what's going on in the moment is difficult. But entering into it gives us an opening to our own lives. And for me, again, watching impermanence happen reminds me of the preciousness of what actually is going on in the moment. So remembering death can seem morbid and disconcerting. But if you turn that around, it has the potential of actually allowing us to drop in and engage with what is. And that's all we really have. The other side of impermanence is that even if you don't like what's happening, just wait. It will change. The Buddha's basic teaching was everything is always changing. Inasmuch as we don't like that, we separate ourselves from our own existence. Inasmuch as we can embrace it and enter into it, suddenly our life opens up, and the magnificence of each and everything becomes apparent.